actually over 500 crypto exchanges operating globally right now. I mean 500. So when I actually tell you that CoinEx is genuinely one of the ones worth paying attention to in 2026, I want to show you exactly why I say that, rather than just asking you to take my word for it. So in this video, I'm going to be giving you my full honest review of CoinEx, what it does well, what it does not do as well, who it is best suited for, and whether I personally think it's worth your time in 2026. So no fluff, no sponsor talking point, okay? Just real picture. I am Kizzy Collins and welcome back to my channel, and let's get right into it. CoinEx was launched in 2017 and has actually grown into a genuinely global exchange serving over 10 million traders across more than 200 countries. So it actually supports over 1,300 coins and more than 1,600 trading pairs, from Bitcoin and Ethereum to new altcoin and meme coins with small market caps. So this is not a new entrant. I'm trying to figure things out. So this is an established platform with nearly a decade of operational history. One thing that actually stands out when you actually use CoinEx is the interface. It is genuinely clean, compared to Binance or OKX, which can feel overwhelming for someone who is actually new to crypto, okay, especially when you're trying to navigate through the features. So navigation makes sense, okay, so you can actually find what you're actually looking for. So that might sound like a small thing, but for a beginner it actually makes a whole lot of difference, okay. Let me go through the things CoinEx generally does well. And number one is altcoin selection. So over 1,300 coins is an anonymous selection. So if you are looking to access tokens that are not available on Binance or Coinbase, CoinEx is one of the first places to check. And for tokens that are not even on the main spot market, CoinEx has an on-chain market, where you can actually trade any token directly on chain. That breadth of access is a real differentiator. The number two is the proof of reserves and transparency, as I'm actually going to be covering in my future video. CoinEx publishes monthly audited proof of reserves data, total assets verified at $528 billion as of June 2026. So you can independently verify your own assets using their echo tree tool. So that level of transparency is generally rare, okay. The number three is the end product. So this is where CoinEx generally stands out from the competitions of passive holders. So CoinEx flexible savings currently offers around 13% APY on USDT, which is more than 4% or 4 times what Binance currently offers on the same asset. Interest actually accrues every hour, accredited daily, no lockup, instant withdrawal, okay. So CoinEx fixed savings actually offers even higher rates for committed capital on a defined term of 7 to 90 days. So for anyone who actually holds USDT or other assets between trade, these products are generally valuable, okay. The number four is the minimal KYC. So CoinEx has a relative light KYC requirement for most users, compared to heavily regulated exchanges. For people in markets where identification requirements can be a barrier, this is a meaningful practical advantage. So the number five is the Shield Fund, $33 million in a dedicated emergency reserve funded by 10% of all trading fees. So this actually exists specifically to protect users in the event of future security incidents. Now, I said this was going to be an honest review, so let me give you the other side too. Trading fee on CoinEx are higher than some major competitors at the standard tiers. If you are a very high volume trader who actually qualifies for the highest VIP tiers on Binance or OKX, those platforms may actually offer you better fee structures than CoinEx at equivalent level. CoinEx does not currently have tier 1 regulatory licenses in most markets. Actually obtained a license in Poland covering European operations after 2023, but it's not FCA regulated in the UK or registered with equivalent bodies in the US or Canada. It is important to be aware of this depending on where you are based, okay. And US users cannot currently use CoinEx following a 2023 settlement with the New York Attorney General. The platform is job blocks for US residents. So if you're actually in the US, okay, you do want to make use of VPN to access CoinEx platform, okay. Who is CoinEx actually best fit for in 2026? In my view, it is actually strongest for three types of users. First, beginners and intermediate crypto holders outside the US who want a clean, navigable interface without being overwhelmed by complexity. And second, passive income focused holders who want to earn meaningful yield on their idle USDT or assets through flexible or fixed savings. And third, altcoin and small cap hunters who need access to tokens beyond what the top three exchanges actually list. Okay, so if you actually fall any of those three categories, CoinEx is generally worth your time. Okay, so my referral link is in the description. New users actually get $100 in the CoinEx platform bonuses, so make sure you make use of my link to have access to that bonus. Okay, that's my full honest CoinEx review for 2026. Clean interface, exceptional in products, and strong transparency, good altcoin range with some trade-offs of higher fee at standard tier and limited regulatory coverage. So do make sure you like this video if this review was useful, and subscribe for more honest crypto platform review, and drop in the comments, are you already on CoinEx or is this your first time considering it? I do love to know that in the comment. Okay, and see you in my next